So, I look to Jovan. He's been our leader all along, so basically I'm expecting him and then Gergen to take the lead.
Well, yeah, let's proceed.
I slink into the shadows.
Okay.
Is there any way we can investigate the building from afar?
You can peer at it, and you could send the orb to direct light at it.
That seems like a good idea.
Okay, let's do that. Let's have the orb inspect the outside of the towers, up and down. And...
It's gonna have to fly quite a ways away from you to do that.
Yeah, how from where we are to the top of the glens? How high is it?
It's a long way up. It's probably at least 70 feet.
Okay, so like 7 stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta climb a long way up the stairs.
But if it's lit, we could at least see, right? Like
it's
not like so obscured that.
I mean, the mushrooms from below kind of light up the whole building.
Okay.
And you guys have torches too, so.
Okay. Is it like a tower that has windows and things like that?
There are tiny windows at the very highest points.
Oh, okay. So the
below
the shaft of the tower doesn't have windows in it.
No, the shaft does. Right below the dome point, there's little tiny windows,
but not like going up. It's not like
not going up.
Because okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So the windows are all at the top, basically.
Yes.
That's not encouraging.
My own version.
Yeah, I like Jovan's idea of shining the light up there, because if we see like little red eyes and like the glint of a crossbow bolt, we want to make sure that or one gigantic eye that's like.
So the orb floats up far away from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And floats up there, and it shines its light over the towers and stuff. From this far away, you notice that the top of the domes are definitely gilded in gold. Like they were forged or made of some sort of gold material because it glimmers out of the light. As you peer over at the left tower, you can see that there is a huge mass of spider webs that's built off of the left tower and webs itself to the canyon wall, and it's just it's a mass of them off to that one side, but you can't really see anything else from this far away.
And from this distance, it's impossible to tell if they're fresh or old, right?
Yeah. Over to the right tower, things seem to be a bit more desolate and deserted. Other than that, there's no discernible feature about the right tower. All 3 towers seem to have just sheer shafts going all the way down.
Does the staircase just lead to the middle tower? Or does
so
it lead
the staircase leads to the middle tower, and it goes all the way up, and there seems to be a set of double doors with some kind of carving on them, but you can't see it from this far away.
So the 2 side towers don't have some obvious pathway?
No, in fact, the only obvious pathway to them is the sky bridge is going from the top of the central one to the other 2.
Okay.
It's definitely the construction is such that it's definitely meant for you to have to go through the central tower to get to the other 2.
Weird.
Well, Jovan and Gergen have the lead.
Let's go.
Gergen looks to you and goes, I'm a bit nervous, especially about that pressure. Why don't you go first? Lead the way.
Well, certainly, I suppose.
Stairs up to the center tower.
If you're not up for it.
The other doors behind start laughing. Go, and Gergen goes, look, I don't like scary things.
Look, you have a ridiculously powerful, ancient imbued hammer.
That's.
Come on.
That's already been used for the day.
You get one use.
Well, it'll come back, but it'll take some time.
Oh, all right then. Yeah, I'll do it then.
Before you go, friend, I think at this point it might be a good idea to put some cards on the table, because I feel like before we dive in, we need to have a deeper understanding. It is not a lack of trust; it is a importance of good information. Because, for example, the symbol. I don't know much about it. Well, for example, your ability to use this great hammer strike that you can only use once a day. I don't mean disrespect, but it would help to know what resources we have available. If we are going to fight together, we have to be able to trust one another and to know who has our back and what resources we have. And in the event that is necessary, how we can supplement each other's weaknesses to ensure that we don't suffer as a result. Yeah. I have fought beside my friends for some time now, enough to have an idea.
Okay.
But for you, perhaps it is time to share more of what you can and cannot do.
The dwarves turn and look at each other and they go, Gurg goes, it makes sense. Look, we've been working together for so long that we kind of just make this assumption. Sorry about that. Anyway, my hammer, my axe, or no, my hammer. My hammer is called Gatecrasher. It was made by the Stone Door clan. It's designed to shatter and rend rock and steel. Although the power fades, and I have to wait for it to return when my ancestors, come back into it, or however it works. Or God's blessing, I don't know. In any case, other than that, the only other thing we've got are Thornhelt's abilities, which honestly I'm not too sure of myself, and he's not too fond of sharing. And then our other two friends, Drothus with his last swing and rope abilities, and Anson, of course, with his digging capabilities. Anson strokes his beard a bit and goes, yes, I don't believe I'll be too useful in this case, but I'll help out anywhere I can.
Sure. So their abilities are mundane, such as mine, unlike my colleagues who also have powers mystical and arcane.
Correct. Yeah, all of us are pretty handy in a fight, though. We all know how to fight. Drothus and Thornhelt nod.
In this case, then, perhaps it would be wiser than... Well, if Jovan, do you feel comfortable taking the lead, or do you think it should be one of the dwarves?
We'd feel better if he was going first.
I don't mind it.
Are we not going to share ourselves?
Oh, well, I am a
There's not
thief
much
of
to know.
the... this word...
Aurorios.
Aurora.
Could you not have picked something like...
It had to be Greek.
Okay. Yeah, and of this guild, I should start using it so it flows more off the tongue. Yeah, of the Aurorials, and I am sort of new. My skills are not as great as yours in combat, but I have my moments, and yes, like all thieves, I do thievy things. But I am not one of those poison, slit your throat thieves, so
The dwarves
don't misunderstand.
Back and forth to each other and goes, I knew there was something off about you.
I have my honor.
We don't care, as long as you're with us and not against us.
Yes, this is true. But my allies, they are much, much more interesting.
Thordhelt turns towards Merek and goes, well, obviously you're some sort of wizard.
That is correct. And my specialty lies in clothing.
All right, and they all kind of nod to each other, not really understanding, but okay. And then Anson turns towards Jovan and goes, and we've already seen his abilities firsthand.
Yes.
Yes. Netro is a powerful god.
Thordhelt licks his lips with his new tongue.
Does he use it a lot more than normal because he suddenly has it now?
It must feel really weird.
Actually,
yeah, right?
he-
If you haven't
he
had it
has
for
it
a long time.
It
Yeah.
seems to have the opposite effect. He doesn't seem to talk a lot, even though he still has it back.
Uh-huh.
It's like he's not used to being able to talk.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that sounds normal.
I was thinking like maybe he would just try to taste everything.
Oh.
I wonder how the
Okay.
stone tastes.
So we're about to delve into it.
Well, maybe.
We're about to delve in.
We're
Yes.
about to head up
About.
the stairs,
I
yeah.
think it's a good time to do my wardrobe.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Don't do
That's
my
no
wardrobe.
About
Okay.
a good time to
Do you-
not do your wardrobe.
do you
I think
use
I
it?
might bless
Yeah, it's
myself
fine.
if I'm going to be able to.
Although I really want it, so I'm going to burn a point of strength. Try again.
Okay. Spellburn table.
Critical.
That's the first one of the campaign. I think.
That means I get one of the
No.
cool.
I think I
Whoa,
crit
spell
something.
critical.
Yes.
We've crit
Oh.
in
Oh,
like
what does
regular.
that mean? What do I get?
Yeah, you get like a super form.
Oh, man. So, okay, so my
So
bonus
wait,
is...
let's do the Spellburn table first.
I get the gauntlets.
Oh, you do?
I get the gauntlets.
Oh, now we get to see whether or not the spell system is broken or not. This is the moment I've been waiting
Yeah,
for.
it's broken.
Okay. I got to roll a what?
Second level.
How many points did you
of
spell burn? Just
godlike
one?
Just
power.
one.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this chart out. This comes up. This doesn't come up often enough where I always have this chart out.
Alright,
but
well, I'm
really
going to
should
cast
just
Blessing
print it
on
out.
myself while you do
Oh, is
that.
this one of your making is not in the book?
Well, it's something somebody else made, and it's just
There-
a way better spell.
There is
Okay.
one in the book, but it's awful because it's like, oh, you
terrible.
rolled a 5? Good job. You now owe your soul to a devil.
Oh, like it's just like the positives, the negatives are also extreme.
It's,
So,
it's
yeah.
just like all over the place.
D20. Add the ability point Spellburned minus your luck modifier.
12.
The wizard taps into his subconscious mind to fuel the magic. He's plagued with nightmares for the next 1d30 days. Okay, looks good to me. For the next 1d30 days, he must make a DC 10 fort save each night,
one.
or be at -1 to all actions the next day from fatigue.
Oh god.
Oh, so
those
the type of
nightmares.
stat he burns doesn't necessarily tie to
just
the
how
amount.
many he
Okay.
does.
How many days?
I'm
30
not going to
days.
tell you.
Oh, I thought you just said 30 days.
1d30.
1d30 days.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I rolled it. I know how many.
Okay.
Okay, alright. You better keep track of that. Okay, well,
Yeah.
anyways.
So you suddenly have gauntlets now.
This is going to matter because these are the gauntlets that I showed the dwarves.
Oh, okay.
So
The ones they said look
so
like
this
the
is the
Dapho
first
Riders?
time that I've gotten one of the armor pieces. So
Okay.
it's a little bit more dramatic. As I clap, the wardrobe appears, it opens,
Mm-hmm.
and this mist rolls out as
Okay.
the gauntlets slowly float towards my hands.
The dwarves kind of step back a bit and go, oh. Ooh. Ah, it's the things you showed us.
That's right.
Well, that looks impressive. What do they do?
These are the gauntlets of the raging wind. It allows me to control the wind itself.
Ah, great.
This is my specialty.
How many times can you use them?
I can use them whenever I want, but I gotta be careful.
Do you need wind for them to be useful? Because there's no wind down here.
By me saying controlling wind, it
Oh.
also means it creates it.
Oh, okay.
If there's air,
good.
he can go like.
Alright.
Airbend.
We'll
Dude,
see.
it's-
I'm
yeah.
curious to see what specific powers they have. We'll see how this works out.
All right,
Well,
I'm
what do you
casting.
mean? I am
I'm casting
also-
bless.
No, I know. I just want to see how you use them.
Oh, yeah. Because this is the weird one.
What are you doing? You casting bless?
Oh, that fails.
Okay. Disapproval, or not disapproval, but increase your rating. What'd you roll actually?
I rolled a 10.
Oh, okay. That fails?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I have
just
to
like
roll 12
Oh,
or
spellcasting.
no,
12
I
higher.
thought you meant
12
you
or
rolled a
higher.
10 on the dice.
No.
Never mind. Okay.
Um,
All right.
I'm gonna try it again though.
Okay.
You might as well.
Press your luck.
What's your
Really, no
disapproval at
reason
now?
not to.
It's right
3?
It's up to 3.
15%. Keep it rolling.
That's a 23.
All right.
Oh, nice.
So I receive a bonus
Wow.
to
We're just
So I get a
totally
one-
geared up
a
now.
1d3
pretty good,
plus
right?
caster
Yeah.
level.
I wish I had magic. Or at least a familiar.
It's all right. Your job is to be clever.
If I had
Yeah.
a familiar, I would.
So I get 1, 2, 3. I get +3 to everything basically.
You
Is
know
there an
who's-
aura of
And
it?
allies within 5 feet also receive the same blessing.
+3.
Oh man, if you did that first.
Do you know who's well nigh invincible?
Well, I didn't
without
expect to roll
being
that
clever?
way.
No, but if
The
you-
doctor.
I should have waited
Or
for
every
that.
other, like Cujo the Clever is. That's
Because-
how it's- yeah.
I would be at
You did him the other way. You did him the other way.
What?
I would have had 32 plus.
I know, but you did it
I
the
would
other
have
way.
been decked out.
You did it the other
That
way.
would have been so impressive.
Yeah.
So the dwarves just be like, "This is my specialty."
Anyway, all right.
Oh well. So stay close and
Wait,
we'll
Fred.
receive this bonus.
Oh,
my
you
blessing,
get it
my
too?
God's blessing. Within
Yeah,
5 feet
within
of
5
me.
feet,
Oh, okay.
+3 to everything.
All right.
Well, +3 to
or-
attack, damage, saving throw, skill check, spell check.
Basically everything.
Okay.
Basically everything.
In that case, then, I say you stand behind me, my friend, and let me go ahead.
That's a good
Because
idea.
we're
Well,
going.
that would
home.
maximize if
And
in
I'll
front
be-
and behind.
I'll be behind
so
Jovan.
maximize
The main
it.
thing, well,
My
not only
support.
that, but I want to be able to look for traps before we move in if it's a horde. The other thing, besides hordes being always owned by dragons, is that hordes are always guarded by traps. And
All right.
Okay.
this is my specialty, the one you cannot see.
So the dwarves crowd around. So the shining light of Netro spins out from your holy symbol, Jovan.
Heck yeah. it does.
And the eye opens up, and it goes, and it says, "Go, my servant," and booms out. And you are covered in this green,
Servant.
suffused light for a moment. And
Excellent.
upon your forehead, an image of a third eye opens up
Ooh.
and remains while the spell is in effect.
Yeah,
How
almost
long
like
does it
Egyptian
last?
style.
How long
Um,
does this last
I think
for?
it's a
lasts
turn.
for quite a while. If it's a turn, it's
should
10
call it
minutes.
turn for caster level.
1 turn.
Oh, alright.
10 minutes.
Okay, so I don't know how long it takes to find traps as you're going along. I don't know how that process works, but I will move ahead of Jovan and take the lead into the tower.
Okay, you're going up the stairway.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
All right.
Roll a find. Just roll one find traps.
All right. So that's 14,
I just want to remind you all before you start heading in, don't forget you can burn luck.
That's a 22 with his bonus.
Okay, cool. So you make your way up along the stairs, carefully checking each one for like pressure plates and stair steps. Nasty saw blades are going to pop out and cut legs off. Gigantic flaming logs rolling down, and as you begin to work your way forward, you don't really find any traps, but you do peer off the edge of the stairs at some points when you're checking from them, and you notice as you're going up that there is some sort of mural carved into the side of the stairs going up.
Is this a tower like with the stairs that just are attached to the outside wall? And
No, you're not. You're climbing up towards the tower.
Oh, I see.
So
okay.
this is like that, and you guys are down here and going up.
Oh, and so there's like a mural on the side.
Yeah, on either side.
Oh, okay.
And the mural seems to depict a massive. It's very artistically well done. Like it's definitely high quality,
Ooh.
and it seems to depict a mass of people all on their knees and raising their hands up to the sky, and it shows that there is a massive solar eclipse. And above the solar eclipse, there is a gigantic lizard-like form with huge wings that extend out over it.
As soon as I notice this, I turn back there and it's like,
well, hold on. And they're worshiping, and you can see that they're worshiping. Some of the figures are dancing, and in the middle of it all, there are different sacrifices going on. But yeah,
as soon as I notice this, I turn around and point it at my friends and say, "What I tell you? It's a dragon! It's a dragon!"
As I look to the sacrifice, a tear rolls down my cheek as I remember.
We're offering ourselves up as a sacrifice for Ugin.
Othi.
I say, yep.
I couldn't remember
anticipated
Othi, and I've just spent 3 days listening to people just saying Ugin over and over again.
Yeah.
Ugin.
So you guys work your way up the stairs, Dadriel checking the
Yes.
steps every step of the way, and you make your way eventually to the very top. In front of you, leading into the central tower, are two massive stone doors. They're probably about 15 feet tall. There's no bar across them on this side, but they do close together to make a singular mural. Carved into it is the same image you saw on the side of the steps. Except this time, now that it's in a position where you can actually see the whole thing, you can also see that beyond the people sacrificing and stuff, there are also a number of other lizard-like forms bursting out of what look to be piles upon piles of various treasures and soaring up towards the sky to meet with the great winged thing.
Are the sacrifices and the people making the sacrifices, are they human?
Yeah, they seem to
Okay.
be human. Yeah.
So the people sacrificing other people to
Yes.
these dragon-like creatures?
Yes.
Are any of the people making sacrifices or being sacrificed dwarves?
No, they all seem to be generally human in nature.
Unfortunate. Alright. So standing... No, it'd be cooler if there were some dwarves, because then you can see how the dwarves react. It's like, hey, look!
Yeah.
Equal opportunity sacrificing. So, check for traps.
All right.
21.
Okay. You go up to the stone doors and begin expecting them. The first thing you notice is that these things are definitely locked, probably by some sort of huge bar on the other side of them. Moving along them and such, though, you crawl your fingers along certain edges and things like that, and you notice as you're going along that in certain parts of the carving stuff there are odd runic-like symbols, similar to the ones, not entirely the same, but similar to the ones carved into the doors at the Doulahan. The door at the Doulahan.
Like the one that says do not enter?
Yeah, the one that's meant to keep something in, or keep something out. You don't know magic runes, so you can't exactly tell what they do, but you're like...
But they look familiar.
I've seen these before, yes. So you're crawling your way along, and you notice that they are set up all over the door frame, but they seem to be hidden. And your guess is that the only reason somebody hides runes from an open door is because there's some sort of magical trap.
Right.
You don't know what it does, though.
As soon as I am able to identify a couple of these and realize that they're not coincidental, I draw... because basically Merek and Jovan are the magical people that I know. I immediately point them out to them and say, hey, check this out, and I point out each one that I'm able to identify.
Sure. Give me intelligence checks, both of you.
Alright. 5. Wait. Does your bonus give plus?
Yeah, skill checks as well.
Skill checks.
8.
8.
So I get 13.
Alright, neither of you know what the symbols mean.
Alright.
Gergen and the other dwarves advance and they go, can we go in?
So
not yet.
it's like an etching, right?
So there's a huge artistic carving in the stone doors.
Yeah.
And hidden within the carving, like in little tiny places, like a Where's Waldo for runic symbols.
Yeah. So it'd be like just kind of like squiggles and things like that.
Yeah.
But if you look carefully, you realize some of the squiggles
It's
are
definitely
actually
a pattern.
symbols. Yeah.
Is this one among them?
Not that you can see.
Oh, good call.
And in fact, you don't recognize that as a runic sigil.
So I mean,
take
hey,
a
it could
gander.
just be disguised.
Take a guess.
So then the next thing is in DCC, does the Thieves Disable Trap ability apply only to mechanical traps, or does it have a magical trap component like in D&D?
It implies to magical traps, but the DC is much, much higher.
That's right.
Alright.
So you haven't touched the door yet?
Well, I've had to touch it in order to
Yeah.
examine it, and
Yeah,
it seems
okay.
like I'm still
And
alive.
it didn't set the trap off or anything.
Okay.
Nor have I been compromised.
I'm never going to do the thing where I'm going, oh, you chose to inspect it, you set off the trap.
Got
Anyway,
it.
Unless you roll low.
Alright.
Sure.
Yeah, it should be if you like try to open it.
Right.
Let's see. Is the arrangement...
What about the dwarves? You! Dwarvy wizard!
Thornheld?
Thornhill?
Yeah.
Thornheld peers at it. Yeah, he can make an intelligence check.
Ooh, he probably has a lot of intelligence. I
He
hope.
studies them for a
You're
moment
the
and goes,
brain wizard. He's just a clothing wizard.
and he sniffs at it and goes,
Care about beauty.
sorry. There's gold inlaid into this door as well. Yeah, but I don't recognize these runes. Is the door itself locked?
It is.
How are we supposed to get into this place then?
Well, did you expect them to be just open? In my mind, I'm thinking, boy, these doors are
How
just
is it-
not treasure
how is
hunter
it locked?
savvy.
They probably assumed that over time, like, things would have broken down.
How is it locked?
The doors just refuse to push open. So you'd imagine there's probably a huge bar on the other side blocking the doors.
So I'm going to do two things. One is that I'm going to use the pick lock skill to see whether or not it is just like a big bar or if it's a lock.
Okay.
And then I will use disable traps to see if I can think that I've disabled the trap.
Sure.
I don't know in DCC if it's one of those things where you know or don't know, or if you have to fail by a lot to think you haven't failed. So I'll
We'll
leave
see.
that up to you. So I'll start with the pick lock
Yeah.
thing to see if it's like, oh, I just looked through the crack and there's a giant like wooden beam beyond it.
Okay.
So that's gonna be
Pretty good.
3, 4, 7,
Yep,
23.
add the 3.
Okay. So you notice instantly that this has no locking mechanism to speak of,
Okay.
the door. And peering through the crack in between the two,
Yeah.
you definitely can see a large stone bar holding them in place.
All right. So I will note that for our dwarven friends because
Yeah.
they seem to be the door guys.
They nod.
And
They start muttering like we could always try to break it down with
I think
our
we should
picks
just wait for Gatecrasher.
for a
Yes.
whole day.
Hey,
we just
why
sleep
not?
here on the threshold,
Why
set up
not?
camp, eat some jerky.
We gotta crash the gate.
Yeah.
I mean,
only
we
got
gotta,
20
gotta-
minutes for these gloves.
we gotta enter
I
it
need to
in
use them.
style.
Oh, can you blast the door open with them?
I don't think they're that powerful, but
Oh, let's back
I know
up.
he wrote the natural 20.
Let's back up.
In wizard terms. Okay, we're gonna
yeah, but
stand
that just
back.
lets them access the gloves.
Can I read the spell really
Okay.
quick?
Yeah. All right.
That would
I
be
know.
insane.
I've been looking at it because it's one of those things. I can do a push, pull, or knock someone prone. So it's very forceful telekinesis.
Okay.
So that means I cannot like open a thing with the keys, but I can throw keys at someone.
So I'm going to say that you don't have enough force with these gloves to just blow the bar off.
Oh, so I can't lift the bar.
You could.
I could try to lift
I
the
mean,
bar.
break it. Like.
Oh
break
yeah,
it
no,
or
I
something.
wasn't thinking of
Okay,
breaking
alright.
it. I was thinking of trying
Okay,
to
good.
lift the bar on
Lift
the
the
other
bar,
side.
yeah, okay.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, will he have the line of effect for this? Okay.
Yeah, well, with you pointing it out to him, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try
Back
it.
up.
All right,
Pretty far.
let's get out of the way here.
The last.
Can we go back down the stairs a bit so in case it like the trap is
Yeah, this is-
explosive,
yeah.
only he will be destroyed?
Well, this
Sure.
has a range of 100 feet.
Yeah, but you still have to be in line of effect. Like if you're standing in front, because you can't like hide behind something and like just have your hands standing in front and like go. But because this is a staircase, we are going to descend
we
back
can
down
back
the
down
stairs
a
so
bit.
we're not in line of effect.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Okay, sure. Last time I used these was a long time ago.
We
We'll see
when
if
he
it
tells
works.
us this, we take a few more steps down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Because the last time
I
someone used the
tried.
gauntlet, it blew their
and
arm
then
off.
next to the door, just a rush of wind
Okay.
happens.
So you
And
see
then-
that this rush of wind suddenly flows out and goes in between the crack, and you hear this loud. As there's just this loud banging noise as you hear a massive. It sounds like a massive piece of block of stone just flew up and then hit the ground with a loud thud. And there's a loud bang on the other side, and the door slowly just goes and hangs open just a
Oh, these are
smidgen more.
automatic effects that just succeed if you
I,
try
know,
to
I
do
thought
it.
I was going to do a caster check, but
Okay.
James
Well,
is
you
letting
roll
me-
a natural 20.
Okay, all right.
I was gonna go based off what you rolled on the die, but this is like you roll a natural 20. So
Oh,
this
I
is a
thought the
little
natural
different.
20
Oh,
just
you roll
determined what
20.
items you got, and
That's,
then
It does.
that's what it is by design.
It does, but normally,
But-
like, natural 20 should be a bit more like, and normally, yeah, you would roll a caster check, I think. But yeah, the doors kind of swing open just a bit. So you can tell that you've definitely knocked the bar off.
Okay. And then to finish, open.
You don't have enough wind power to blow the doors open. They're
Oh.
really heavy stone doors.
Okay.
But the doors
Well-
do kind of creak open.
Yeah,
a little
they
bit.
go-
I will still try and pull the doors.
Okay.
But it's not enough.
The wind blows against them, and they just kind of go just a little bit.
Wait, did the doors open outwards towards us?
Yeah.
Oh, I
they
see
were-
what you mean.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
that
they were
was
trying.
trying to
Yeah, I
open-
thought that's how you're describing
No,
it.
sorry. Yeah, they open inward into
Okay.
the room.
Oh, so it'd be a
you're
push.
pushing it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they just go and skirt a little bit more, and you can see that there's a thing in the middle. Give me a luck check.
Add
Yeah.
13.
Ooh, pretty good.
You notice that. Yeah, it's fine. You notice that at certain points on the door, some of the hidden sigils light up very slightly, but you'd have to be looking for them to notice it happening.
So it must be as the door opens, they trigger.
Maybe.
Probably.
Alright, seeing that the door has not exploded
The doors
and
go.
destroyed our friend,
The doors wake up.
we sneak up there. How big is the crack? Is it like just a little bit more? Or
It's
is
big enough for you to probably slip through if you'd like.
Oh, I'm excited. Alright, is
Cool.
it big enough for an orb of lightiness to slip through?
Sure.
Big enough for a burglar.
Yes, for a burglar.
You want-
Alright, so
Send the orb through?
yes, we're gonna send the orb through.
Oh, pretty good.
Okay.
Can it record data? And,
Yeah, I know.
And relay it back to us.
Yes.
Like take a video feed.
Yep.
Well,
I take out my iPad.
Take temperature readings, radiation.
This is going to be interesting.
you never expected the orb to die, did you? How pissed will the paradigms be?
So the orb floats through the door,
Oh, God.
and as soon as it crosses the threshold, the runes around the door suddenly just flare and light up. Just goes, and the orb goes and goes and bursts into a multitude of gold coins, which just go rolling down the steps and go clink 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 and roll down the steps, and the orb just it's gone, and the runes burn off of the door, and the dwarves go
Wait, the runes burn off the door?
yeah. They
And
just
then
go,
there's no more runes.
Yeah,
that
they
was
disappear.
dumb.
So there's a bunch of coins right
That
just
was dumb. I'm gonna pick up all the coins.
No, we
Let's
look at
get
them.
some
Are these coins all like ancient coins from like different periods?
They
and
seem to
things?
be-
Or instead of a face, it has the sentient
Little-
metal on
little
it.
orb.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, see,
Oh,
what I
oh,
imagine
I
the
see what you
trap
mean.
would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
is that
no.
it blows up a person and
And
the
turns
person's
them into
face
coins.
Yeah, yeah.
is
So
on
the-
the coin.
Yeah, so the coins look to be like normal, just standard gold coins. Yeah, with the orb symbol on them, and they just go rolling and clanking down the steps.
What a trap!
Oh my gosh!
I
We gotta collect
love
all
it.
these.
No, the
See if we can turn
the
it.
horde
Ah,
is
ah,
basically everyone who's ever tried to enter the tower.
ah, ah.
There is no horde. The horde are the victims of the greed of their own souls.
It's people.
Yes,
It's
the
Soylent
horde is
Horde.
people.
The
Yes,
horde is people.
we collect up all these coins into a sack,
All right.
Yeah.
as
Gotta
many
keep
as we
that sack
can.
separate.
So you find that's not enough. Okay, you find 23 gold coins that the orb dissipated into. The dwarves cover their heads and they go, "Oh no, oh that's bad."
I'm laughing.
I mean, the orb was useful, but we can get back without it.
what
Yeah.
about that?
What about the scroll? How are we going to find the scroll that the paradigms want?
Wait. But do you see that the
We could
runes
just
are
give
gone?
them a
Maybe the
scroll.
trap only works the one time.
Well, sure, but
Wait, the orb was gonna find the scroll,
yeah,
wasn't
what?
it?
How are we going to? And plus
No,
that
listen
we
to me.
lost some of the paradigm sigil. They're going to be so mad.
They
Oh, I
understand
see what
a
you
risk going into the Undercroft.
Like, we didn't
And-
expect this to happen, of course.
And
Yes.
how about this? We find some scrolls, right? We pick one, and we say that's the one the sentient metal picked.
What if they were watching us through the metal? What if they saw it? They're going to think we screwed with something.
Are they gonna come down here and get us?
If they were watching us through the metal, I'm pretty sure they would have understood that it got destroyed and it was not our fault.
In fact, I'm
Completely.
hoping they were, because if they care enough about the scroll, they'll send another backup orb.
A couple of them look to each other and Nancy
Oh yeah,
goes,
if they send another back
Well,
and
hey,
forth, that'd be awesome.
they're not watching us anymore. We could pocket anything we want.
Yeah, I mean, come on. There's no. I mean, they have no idea what we're grabbing.
Win.
We give them a cup. We
Sweet.
give them a scroll. We say this is what we thought it was.
The dwarves look back and forth at each other and nod, and they go, I guess we can always deal with it when we get back topside.
I know.
I mean, just take
Why
everything
worry
that's
now?
the most important.
Onward ho!
Let's go.
All right, let's shoulder our way in. Put your backs into it, boys.
Who goes through the door first?